When you want the fourth root of 16, think of that as you have an equation. It's saying I'm solving for x. So to undo, I need the fourth root of 16. Well, you already know what one real answer is. What is it? 2. X equals 2 when we're talking about imaginary. The real number part is the x-axis. The y is the imaginary number part. When you have the number 2, that is the same as 2 plus 0i. So we are on the x-axis. What angle theta is the x-axis?
0 degrees.
0 degrees. So we're at 0 degrees in this case. We're going to set up our, and you can either, since you've already found 2, you can put 2 in front of it, or you can do 16 to the 1/4 power. So which way do you want me to do? Do you want me to just put the 2, or do you want me to put 16 to the 1/4?
Just go with 2.
Okay. We're going to start with 2. Bracket, cosine of my angle 0 plus 2 pi k divided by, I'm doing the fourth root, so I'm going to divide by 4, plus I sine of 0 plus 2 pi k divided by 4. Now, when you are dealing with finding roots and you're solving polynomials, how do you know when you have all of them? If you have x to the 4th power, how many answers are you going to have?
At least 4.
You're going to have 4 of them. There may be 4 real, there may be 2 real and 2 imaginary or complex numbers. So in this section, you're having to give me all of them. When you have 4, that means we've got 4 answers. So that means I need to check when k is 0, 1, 2, and 3. Because it's not going to be greater than 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 solutions.
How do we know it's not going to be greater than 4?
Because you're only going to have, if you're talking about the fourth root, you're only going to have up to 4 answers, and you've got to find all of them. You're going to have 4 answers. You will not have more than 4.
Yeah.
The largest exponent tells you the largest number of solutions you're going to have. Okay? So in this problem, I'm just going to have to do this problem 4 times. I'm going to plug a 0 here for k. Well, 0 times anything is 0. 0 divided by 4 is 0. 2 times the cosine of 0 plus I times the sine of 0. Well, remember in our unit circle, on my unit circle, this is 1, 0. The cosine of 0 is 1. The cosine or the sine of 0 is 0. Now we're going to distribute the 2. 2 times 1 is 2 when k is 0. That's one solution. Now I've got to do it again. 2 times the cosine of 0 plus 2 pi times 1 divided by 4. I times the sine of, and I'm just going to simplify, 2 pi over 4. 2 pi over 4 becomes what angle? Pi over 2, that is correct. Pi over 2 is here. This value is 0, 1. What is the cosine? 0. Plus I times 1. 2 times 0, 0. Plus 2i. There's one of my solutions when k is 1. Now I've got to do it again. 2 times the cosine of 0 plus anything is still that thing, so I'm just not going to write the 0 this time. 2 pi times 2 over 4 stays the same, times the sine of 2 pi times 2 over 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Cosine of pi plus I sine pi. Over here, 180 degrees is pi. This is a -1, comma 0. Cosine's a -1 plus I times 0. Distribute the 2. -2 is my answer when k is 2. Now I've done it 0, I've done it 1, I've done it 2. I've got to do it now for 3. Question.
Now, if it was x to the 5th power, would I be doing
0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
x to the 6th?
You're going to start with 0 and you're always going to go to 1 less than the power you're going to.
Got it.
The n minus the 1. So cosine of 2 pi times 3 over 4 plus I times the sine of 6 pi over 4. 6 pi over 4 reduces to 3 pi over 2. And what is my reference angle? Well, 3 pi over 2 is that 270, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 0, -1. This is 0 plus I times -1. Distribute your 2, -2i. So now my answers are 2i and -2i, 2 and -2. There are 4 answers, all real and imaginary. And you can check those with algebra, but they're wanting you to do them in the trig form because we're going to do polar coordinates later on.
Can I take a picture of that page?
You can just have it. Okay, so when we're moving on, we have x to the 7th minus 64x equals 0. From algebra, how are you going to solve that? What's the first thing you're going to do?
Greatest common factor.
If you take the greatest common factor of x out, it becomes x to the 6th minus 64 equals 0, correct? X equals 0 is a real number. Now we're having to do the 6th root of 64. What is the 6th root of 64?
It's probably 2.
And you're going to find out that they're using a lot of the same angles for you. Okay. Now, how many times are you going to have to go through that scenario?
Ooh.
5 times. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it's to the 6th power. This one is one of your answers. Don't forget to write it down. That's a real one. You have to give me all 7 answers. Okay.
Wow. How much of
Yeah.
these ones do we have in our assignment?